Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheila. In today's video we are going to be learning how to make the neat super cropped sweater. I know some of you have seen it on my Instagram, and this time we are going to be using the machine. My machine is an SK150. I had a smaller one, but I had to buy this one for chunky knits. So it's an SK150, and for the yarn I'm going to be using Red Hat Super Saver, this in this same exact color, and then I'll be mentioning the different materials that you'll need along the way, like the weights, the transfer tools, the tapestry needles, and all that. My machine is already set up for work, so I just have to begin. So we're going to work this sweater starting with the sleeves. So you're going to determine how big you want your sleeves to be. So for me, I wanted my sleeves to be around 14 to 15 inches, which will be a size small to medium, around there. So you're going to just place it, like if it's 15 inches, you're going to go in the middle of 15, which is 7.5, and place the 7.5 at the 0 mark, and then determine how many needles you have to push out on the outside. So imagine I hadn't yet done this. I'm going to just place my 7.5 mark on the 0 mark. You can see that here. And then the 15 inches mean that I'm going to pull out until 20, around 20. And you can also see it's around 20 on this side. So I'm going to just push out 2 needles on the edge, because that's what I always want to do, so that I get a firm edging. Then skip 1 needle, push out the next one, and then keep pushing out every other needle, like that. Until you get to the opposite side. So my 20 mark is here. I'm going to just push out this one so that I balance this and this. So this is what we have, and this is what we are going to work with for the sleeve. So the reason why I've left out these is because I'm going to do a ribbing effect for the downer part of my sleeves. So you're going to get your yarn, and then you're going to cast on. So to cast on, you're going to just make a slip knot like that, and then do an E-wrap on each and every needle that you pulled out. E-wrap. So keep doing that until the very last needle on the bed. So this is my very last needle, and then you're going to attach it to this, and this is it. So the tension that I'm going to be using is tension 8. So let's begin. We're going to knit our very first row. So you're just going to knit, and that's done. And I'm going to be attaching my weights after the very first row. So hang your weights on your work. That's it. And we are going to knit 24 more rows. So this was 1. You're going to go back 2, 3, So I have my 24 rows of this, and this is going to be the first version, and then I'll do the second version next time. So after your 24 rows, that means we have a total of 25 right now. We are going to bring all the needles that are not in working position in between this boundary. So we have these ones at the back, just push them into working position. So we have that, and we are going to change the tension to tension between 9 and 10. That would be enough. So we're going to start knitting again until we have a total of 75 rows. So this was 25. I'm going to continue. 26, 27. So I'm going to keep working until I have a total of 75. Alright, so I have my 75 rows, and this is how my work looks like. Ignore this has been a mistake. So it's a very simple mistake I'll have to correct when I'm finishing up. But I have my 75 rows total. So you're going to get your single transfer tool, and we are going to be doing decreases on the edges. So let me start from this side. I'm going to transfer this onto this, and then do the same on this side, like that. And then I'm going to knit 4 rows. So this is my very first time reducing. This is 1. We want a total of 4 rows. 2, 3, and then this is the 4th row. And now we are going to do a transfer again. This is the second time we're transferring, we're decreasing. And knit 4 rows. So we are going to do a total of 8 decreases while knitting 4 rows in between. So this is just the second time. Go ahead and keep working, decrease on both sides and knit 4 rows for a total of 8 times. Okay, so I'm doing my very last decrease, which is the 8th time. And then knit 4 rows. And after this, we're done with the decreases, and you can see we've moved from 20 almost to around 13, 14 there. So we've been doing decreases. So at this point we are going to cast off, and I'm going to cast off using my tapestry needle to just bring everything forward. You can go ahead and cast off using your preferred method. I prefer this method. So if you prefer the latch hook, that's up to you. I'm going to be casting off right now, so go ahead and use your preferred method that you want to use for casting off, and then I'll meet you when this work is off from here. So So let me go ahead and finish up this. So right now I'm done casting off, and I'm going to just pull my work off the bed like this, and this is how my cast off looks like. I'm going to remove the weights from below the sleeve, and yeah, this is how the sleeve looks like. This is the bottom part, and then this is the upper part. So we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing for the second sleeve, and I'll meet you guys when I have both sleeves ready. Okay, so after the sleeves, we're going to be working on the neck part, and the neck is going to be the same exact for all sizes. So you're going to cast on from the 40 mark, so 2 needles here, and then you start skipping one needle all the way to the 40 mark on this side, and make sure you also pull out 2 needles here at the edge, just like we did when we were starting the sleeve. So that's what I'm going to cast on right now, and we are going to be working in tension 8 because we want the ribbing effect still. So cast on using the E-wrap. So go all the way across until the very last needle. And make sure your tension is on 8. And then we are going to knit a total of 80 rows. So after your first row, make sure you always remember to put your weights on your bed, to hang weights on your work. So I don't have enough weight, so I'll just evenly distribute the ones that I have, the middle and then the edges, like that. And then I'll continue to knit a total of 80 rows. So after my 80 rows, I'll come back and show you what to do after that. So after my 80 rows, I'm going to get my transfer tool, and then I'll be lifting the stitches that I missed. I'll be folding over my work like this, and then this very first stitch here will go into the very first stitch on this side, the very first needle. So pull it through, and then the next stitch, you'll skip the next needle and then pull this needle that's not in working position, those needles that we were skipping. So you're going to pull that forward, go to the next stitch and pull the needle that wasn't in working position. So we are bringing all the needles into working position, and you're going to continue doing that all the way across. So continue to do this all the way across, and then I'll meet you when you're done. So I've finished pulling out all the needles that were not in working position, and now we're going to change our tension to tension 10. I think it's the largest tension, the most loose tension on my machine, and I'm going to just knit twice. So just pull your work a bit down so that you can knit comfortably well. So that's the first time. I'm going to pull the second time. And that's it. So after here, you're going to cast off. So find the most suitable way to cast off, whatever is easy for you, and cast off your work. So for me, I'm going to still use the tapestry needle technique. So that's why I'm pushing all my needles forward. And I'm going to cast off, and then I'll show you how the neck part has come out. So after casting off your neck part of the sweater, you should have the 3 main parts of your sweater ready. This is the neck part. You can see it's a tube. And then there's the first sleeve, and then the second sleeve. So I've gone ahead to do the first sleeve, to work on the first sleeve, and I joined the tube together. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So this sleeve is ready. I'm going to put it away. So I'm going to be showing you what to do for this second sleeve, what I did for the first sleeve. So you're going to get your tapestry needle, and then you're going to join these parts. You're going to fold your work to the wrong side like this, and then you're going to put a string in the tapestry needle, and you go all the way up, joining from here all the way to that point where you started decreasing. There's that point where we started decreasing. I think it's at this point. So we are going to join those stitches with the tapestry needle until we get to this point where we started decreasing. So grab your tapestry needle, put a string through, so here we are. I'm going to start from the downer part of the sleeves. So just align your work and keep joining stitch to stitch. So just like that, all the way up to that point where you started decreasing your stitches. Make sure you're working on the wrong side, because we don't want this to show on our right side of the work. So hand stitching is not my piece of cake, but I'm trying to get better at it. Okay, so go all the way up, and I'll meet you at that point where we started decreasing. Alright, so we are done with the sleeves, and this is what we've come up with. We have this opening here. The rows that had the decreases, we didn't join them. So we have this opening here, and this is the armhole, and then the sleeve down. So I'm also done with this one, so I'm going to just turn it to the right side. so that it resembles the other one, and this is how it looks like. So the next thing we are going to do is to attach the sleeves to the neck part. So let's start. Okay, so to attach the sleeves, I'm going to just get my neck part, and I'm going to skip 7 stitches on the edge. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and into the 8th, that's where I'm going to start attaching my sleeve, like that. So I'm going to attach 1 stitch of the neck onto 1 stitch of the sleeve. Like this, until all the stitches on top of the sleeve are done. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you when I'm done attaching my very first sleeve. So I went ahead to attach my very first sleeve. Remember I told you we eliminated 7 stitches on the edge and then attached these ones, and then I did the same exact thing on this side, eliminated the 7 stitches on this edge, and then I attached. Then we have some stitches that didn't get anything, and this is the exact middle of our sweater at the front. So the next thing that I want to do is to fold over my work. This will be the front side, and this will be the back side. So for the back side, you can notice the armholes, which are these ones. And now we want to do something. We don't want to fold over the whole neck like this, like a tube, because it will get strained here at the back. It will give us a funny fitting. So the best thing to do is to identify the exact middle of this. So the side of the neck, identify the exact middle, somewhere around here. So I'm going to just count mine and then identify the exact middle of this distance here. So I just decided to count 16 stitches away. So we have this. It's still a tube, but we are going to do something. We are going to be attaching this as a tube, but not finishing it up. So I'm going to get this upper side and join it to the upper side here, and then we shall also join the lower side, and then we join this one to this one so that we have a split at the back. So I hope that makes sense. So count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. On the 15th stitch here, put your tapestry needle through and count the 15th stitch on the opposite side. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. The 15th stitch is this. Oh god, sorry. It's here. So start joining. I'm going to leave this tail, we may need it later on. So join this upper layer to the upper layer on this side, and we are going to keep doing this while going up. So stitch to stitch. while going up. We are just finding the most comfortable way to join this neck curl so that it doesn't strangle us or it doesn't create a very tight fitting towards the back. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm going to go all the way around onto the inside. So when you get here, you're going to start working on the inside parts until you get back to this point, but in the inner layer. So let me go ahead and do that. So as you can see, I've gone all the way inside and I've joined up to a certain point here. Now I'm going to start joining this tube, this to this, and then this to this. That's the final joining for the neck part. So let me go ahead and do some more stitches. And now I'm going to start joining this to this and then this to this, and I close up these gaps. So let me start with this side. So stitch to stitch, nothing complex. Just join one stitch to the next stitch. So after joining this side, this is how everything will look like. We are going to go ahead and also close up this gap by stitching the stitches on this side onto the stitches on this side. And then I'll get back to you when I have that ready. Alright, so right now I'm done with that part and I've closed up both spaces of the tube. You can see that, but we have a split at the back. This is how your work should look like. This gives room for a better fitting at the back side of your sweater. And then this is the front side, the one without a split. That's the front side. And as I had said before, this was a try and error. I just gave it a shot, and I just found the most suitable way to form this super cropped sweater. So I'm going to try it on my dummy, and then I see how it has worked out. So this is how the sweater has come out. This is the neck portion, and then these are the sleeves, and when you go to the back side, this is how it looks like at the back. So I think the solution to this is I'm going to join this part together to get a neater sweater, and then do the same on this side. I'll be joining this to this, and then yeah, that will be the end of this tutorial. I hope I did well with the knitting tutorial. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.